All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we are talking about commitment to the small things. And this is going to sound like a broken record because honestly, guys, success is pretty simple. And on this podcast, we are talking about helping people live their dream, which I think ultimately people want to be successful. And success leaves clues. And a lot of those clues comes down to discipline, consistency, patience, some basic character traits, some basic actions, and some basic beliefs, right? And the most basic part of action is that you need to do it consistently for a long time. If you do it consistently for a long time, you'll probably be successful at it. Now, how to find what you need to do consistently for a long time, that's another story. But if you do it consistently, you do it for a long time, you'll be successful in it. So just make sure you put your ladder on the correct wall, which is why we're talking about commitment to the small things, and that this might sound like a broken record because a huge part of success is just that discipline and that consistency and that commitment to a small action that's going to put you way ahead of your competition in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, right? So what do I mean by commitment to the small things? I mean, analyze your life. Think about where you want to improve. And so I guess this is starting a little bit with how you can apply it to your life. Pick an area you want to improve and pick an action that improves it. And this showed up in my life in my podcast. I wanted to improve my consistency. And in order to improve my consistency, in order to say I am a consistent person, I was like, I need to do something consistently. And then after I started with the podcast, everything in my life started being about consistency, right? So with the podcast, I was like, I'm going to post daily on the podcast. And that was like the tool to like grow my network. Now, did I do it the best way? No. As you can see, my podcast isn't a very niche podcast. I don't bring on a certain type of guests because I didn't have a very clear vision for my podcast business wise. But I did have a clear vision of like, this is what I want to help people do. And my podcast has become more and more able to help people do that on shows. Like the focus of my podcast, for example, was not to grow my business, not to grow my network. It was to bring somebody on and give them a coaching session for free for an hour where I hear their dreams and goals and I help them in that hour take a step towards their dreams and goals, whether it be a new thought, a new person they need to meet, a new action they need to take, whatever it may be. I wanted to help somebody in that hour. So it's actually less for you guys and more just for that one person. And now these episodes right now are for you guys, right? So in my podcast, I did that. I committed to the small thing of posting a daily podcast. That podcast can literally be 1 second long, or it can be a 1.5 hour long interview, or it can be a 2 minute video. Whatever it is, I'm going to post a daily podcast. And I think we missed one day because like Anchor didn't upload it and like my VA's internet went out, right? And that's the only day we missed in the past like 270 days, 300 days. And it was just a complete error. You know, I'll take accountability for that. We messed up. But in my head, I'm like, I've been consistent 300 other days, and we slipped up, not because we weren't consistent, but because there was a technical slip up, but not like a foundational, I chose to not be consistent, if that makes sense. The gym is another thing me and my fiance have started doing recently. We try to go to the gym 5 days a week and consistent working out, consistent focus on my health. That it's shown up in my life like in the mornings. Like that's when I can most consistently go to the gym. I don't really want to go in the evenings. Going to sleep early. In order to go to the gym, I need to wake up early. In order to wake up early, I need to go to sleep early. So that's really where I can be consistent, right? That's really where I can commit to a small thing. So the podcast, posting daily, you post a small episode daily. Go to the gym. You don't even have to do a crazy workout. You just got to go to the gym. Going to sleep early. You just have to walk up and get in your bed. It's committing to the small things. It's hard to commit to waking up early, but it's easier to commit to going to sleep early. Calling one broker a day for my real estate business. I'm looking to grow an apartment syndication portfolio, and there are four things you got to do basically. You have to work broker relationships and potentially direct mail for acquisitions. You have to underwrite those deals. So you got to get deal flow. You got to underwrite the deals. You got to raise capital for the deals. And then you got to do asset management for the deals. And right now, I was like, what is the one thing I can do every day to move my stuff forward, to move my business forward? And it's calling one broker a day. Because if I don't have deal flow, I have no deals to underwrite. If I don't underwrite any deals, I can't put out offers. If I don't put out offers, I don't need capital. If I don't need capital, there's no way I'll need to manage the asset because I won't be able to buy it and I won't have deal flow. So the most important thing for me right now is deal flow. After deal flow, I need to partner with people who have capital. You can get that through a mastermind group. I have a relationship I've built with somebody who I believe has capital. They say they have capital. When it comes time to close, we'll see if they have capital. I trust them, but you never know what happens. Maybe I need to raise some myself. Maybe we need to bring in another person from our network, whatever it may be. But yeah, one broker a day, and it's just a phone call. Like these calls take 2 minutes. I just Google a broker, and I'm looking to only get a list of like 10 to 15. I think it's just 10 because I call one a day and I hit them up every 2 weeks. So 5 days a week, 10 brokers, one a day. So if I'm looking to call a broker a day or make contact with a broker a day, and I'm looking to build a relationship with 10 brokers, it's like, wow, that's pretty easy. It's like a 30-second text, an email, a phone call, thinking about a gift to send them, or saying happy birthday, or saying happy anniversary, or saying enjoy your holidays, like whatever it may be. It's really easy to call or contact a broker a day. And it's a simple thing. I commit to that small thing. But if I contact a broker a day and those 10 brokers in a year, say I'm good friends with them, right? I've contacted them once every 2 weeks, which means 26 times in a year. 52 weeks later, we've had 26 touch points. And of those 26 touch points, they've grown more fond of me as an investor. I've built up my network as a capital raiser. Maybe I joined a mastermind where I got my cash flow situation under control, whatever it may be. And then the next year, so 52 weeks working with these brokers, becoming friends with these brokers, building a business relationship with these brokers. And in the next 52 weeks, they each bring me a 200 unit apartment deal. That is really good. That's a really good 20% IRR, 8% cash flow, whatever it may be. Those are just good return numbers. Like you're getting 20% on your money a year from this deal. Say each of them brings me a deal like that. I closed 10 deals. 104 weeks later, I own 2,000 apartment units, all because I called one broker a day. And that is the power of committing to the small things. You commit to a small thing, you build that relationship, you go to sleep early, you go to the gym, you record that daily podcast. I now have 300 plus episodes on the podcast because I committed to posting daily. Commit to a really small, tiny thing. It'll take you far. Where do I want to show up in my life? The 5 areas of my life. I just want to commit to small things in each of these areas: faith, family, finance, fitness, and friends. Those 5 areas come from the book, The Vivid Vision. And yeah, with faith, I would say my prayer walks, just committing to those, being consistent with those. My family, I would say just with seeing them or casting vision together, or yeah, just seeing them really, spending time, quality time with them. Finances, commit to cash flow, commit to saving, commit to investing. Fitness, working out. Friends, commit to growing together, building business together, impacting people together, growing in our fitness together. Those are some of the things I want to show up in my life, but small things for all of those. So like if every time I saw a friend, we did one push up, that's like a commitment to a small thing. You know what I mean? And how can you apply it to your life? Again, recap of the whole thing. Pick an area you want to improve, pick an action that improves it. If you want to improve your finances, you need to do an action that will immediately bring you money. So for example, if you sell a course and it pays you $10, you need to do the actions that sell that course. Maybe you're selling that course by sending 100 DMs per day. My bad. Maybe you're selling that course by sending DMs to people. Well, you need to commit to a small action of sending one DM per day. Your revenue will improve. It may not improve how you want it to improve because you need to 10x, 100x, 1000x that action, but it will improve. When it does improve, you will get reinforced to keep doing that habit, keep doing that action. And so that is what we have for you on the show today. Commit to the small things. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope to see you on the next one. On that note, we're out.